guys, my name's Erin Culver and I'm a staff member here at Juxtaposition Winter Guard. I'm 32 years old and originally from Westerville, Ohio. I want to welcome you to our educational summer mini-series. In today's series, we'll be talking about figure eights and cones and how to properly explore planes and space. So let's get warmed up and let's get technical. When talking about figure eights and cones, we want to make sure that we talk about our hand positions first. So first and foremost, you're going to start with that right hand at the tab with that thumb wrapped, and then your left hand at the bottom third, also with your thumb wrapped. You can do this on the left side. You would simply switch, and then that tab would be in the left hand, and then your right hand would be at the bottom third. But for today's video, I'm going to show it to you on the right side. To start, we start with our hands again, tab and third. I like to start with a nice strong foundation in second position, really making sure that I'm engaging my core and my butt muscles to make sure that I'm holding my center. That way, as I go through the exercise, I'm not throwing my pelvis back or throwing my pelvis forward. Next, I'll talk about the arms. Okay, we want to make sure that you have a nice, what I call out boxed out frame. Okay, no saggy elbows. You want to make sure you're nice and engaged. You've got space between your elbow and your body, and then you're engaging up here in that upper back through your biceps as well. So for the first position, okay, there's lots of different ways that you can do this. You can break it down into 8 counts. You can do them all in 1 count. But today's focus is just going to be understanding how to explore the planes in space as we go. Okay, so the first position that you will end up coming to is right here. Okay, bottom hand you want coming out from your belly button, still bent nice and strong. Top hand is at the tab, and you want that arm to be fully extended. Okay, this is the first checkpoint in the cone. Okay, coming from that flat, there is an and count or a halfway between. Okay, it would be to this corner right here, using that top crutch tip kind of as my pencil as I draw along the ceiling and the floor. Okay, and from there I would simply push and come to that front position. So from flat, it looks like this, and 1 and 2. Okay, from there, the next position, or the and count, and the checkpoint between would be cross. Okay, for this one, you want to make sure that you are keeping that pivot point of the flag in the center of your body. You don't want to shift it one way versus the other. Okay, you want to keep it right in the center. You should have a nice, again, boxed out frame here. You should be able to see your face and see in front of you through that. And then from here, you'll continue to push around, straightening out that bottom hand. So now it is my bottom hand that is fully extended, more out from my sternum or my diaphragm, and then that top hand is the one that's bent. In this position, I should be able to see both of my hands at all times. So I shouldn't start tipping back and getting that hand above my head. I should be able to glance up with my eyes and see that hand as I'm standing there. So from the start, those 2 positions look like this. Corner to the front, cross to the back. Okay, the next checkpoint that we have is flat at the eyes. Okay, again, you'll see I'm working really hard to keep that engagement in my arms. Okay, flat at the eyes. From here, I'm going to take this right hand, and I want to make sure that I don't drop this way, okay, into my toaster. If I'm standing here, okay, I want to make sure that from this flat that I really work to push out. Again, you'll notice my bottom hand is at my belly button, my top hand is up at my forehead and my eyes, the bottom arm is fully extended, and this top arm, which is actually the bottom of the pole, is still bent. Okay? So, sideways, if we're starting from here, we come flat through our eyes, and then down to the front. Okay? The next checkpoint from here is another cross position, just like we did on the upper part, but now our flag will be down. So from here, we're going to push across, okay? And we will end up cross. You'll notice I actually just did it forward, and now my flag is too low on my body. Okay, so from here I want to make sure that I don't press down, but that I stay lifted, and again I have that boxed out frame where you can see my face through. From here, the last thing that you do is simply pull through, and this is actually through the toaster. Okay, You'll see here, I still have nice amount of space between my pole and my body. And then from there, I just pull through. Okay, you can pull through to this down angle, or if you'd like, you can pull through all the way back to flat. Okay, it's just different, depending on how you like to do it. All right, so let's see a whole figure 8 or cone, top and bottom, all together. Starting from flat. Here we go. One, front, to the back, flat, to the front, cross, to the back. So as I mentioned in the beginning part of the video, I was talking about your core and your pelvis. Okay? Some things that will occur and some tendencies that may happen, especially if you're still working to get that strength in those arms and those back muscles, is that you will compensate and start using your pelvis and your lower body in the exercise. Okay? So a lot of times what happens is when you get to this top one, you get that booty tucked out a little bit. You need to make sure that you roll it back under and keep that core engaged. Okay? Core strength is everything when it comes to handling your equipment. Okay? On the top one, a lot of times what you'll see is that people start to lay back. Okay? You'll start to lay back with the weight of that flag. You want to make sure again that you roll under, keeping yourself nice and stacked. Head on top of shoulders, shoulders on top of hips, hips on top of my ankles and my feet. Okay? Let's see some other things. When talking about planes, okay, you can start to do cones and do what I like to call the windshield wiper effect, where you begin to lose the angles and it starts to look like this. And this is what we call the windshield wiper effect. Okay? Again, you've got to make sure that you focus on one arm straightening, one arm bending, one arm straightening, one arm bending. Okay? If you'll notice, working on these planes, okay, can set you up for tosses as well. Okay? So if I'm here and I'm starting at flat, we've got these pitches going on. Okay? This is an excellent exercise to help you understand how to set yourself up to throw a successful 45 toss. Okay? So keep an eye out for one of our later series, and you never know, you might see a connection between cones and how to toss a proper 45. Okay? Thanks. Welcome back. We hope that went well for you, and we'd like to thank you for joining us for our summer mini-series. If you want some educational feedback from an instructor, or just want to show off what you learned today, upload your video to social media, tag us, and use the hashtags JuxtaLearn, JuxtaMove, and JuxtapositionWG. Thanks for coming. See you next time.